Hello, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Beth, and today I am going to be telling you about the first book in the So You Want to Be a Wizard series, which is So You Want to Be a Wizard by Diane Duane. I have been enjoying doing the Spiderwick series chat, so I'm going to do the same thing with this, where I read one of the books and then uh, tell you a little bit about it and wait and do the next one and put the entire series on a video. But I am also going to do at least this one a full book review. So I will already have this up by the time you see this video, and I'll try to remember to link it up above. So You Want to Be a Wizard is about Nita, and Nita is being bullied. So at the beginning of the book, she's being chased by her bully, and she runs into the library, and her friendly librarian just tells her, go downstairs to the children's section and kind of hide out, and I'll get rid of them. So Nita runs downstairs and discovers a book entitled So You Want to Be a Wizard. She's never seen this book before, and she spent a lot of time in the library section. So she gets really interested in it, and it's talking like wizardry is real. So she decides to check it out from the library and take it home. And she takes the wizarding oath. And after she does, she winds up meeting somebody else from her town who has recently found a book of his own. And his name is Kit. So Kit Rodriguez and Nita Callahan go on a big adventure. They meet a white hole who has put all of his claudications somewhere else. So he's just like this little ball of light bobbing along. They wind up going in an alternate universe and rescuing a book that had been stolen. They go up against somebody called the Star Snuffer, and overall, it is a fast paced, well written, middle grade, lower young adult book. It took me a while to finish it because of everything else going on in my life, but it is about 226 pages, and I read all but the first 40 of them yesterday. So it is a quick read, and it is just as good as I remember it. I read this one and I believe the second one when I was much younger. I used to say that this book was a 5 star. Now I'm thinking it's a 3.5 to 4 star just because I'm older and have read a lot more books. But it is still a really fun read, and I highly suggest that you get it. Diane Duane's second book in the Young Wizard series is called Deep Wizardry, and in it we follow Nita and her family as they go to the beach for the summer. Kit is allowed to tag along, and, well, things happen. So, like I said, in Deep Wizardry, Nita and Kit are on vacation. They have gone with Nita's parents and little sister Darine to the beach, and they are swimming in the ocean, and they're just supposed to be able to run around and be kids. And of course, the two of them are trying to work out new spells and figure out wizardry. But remember, they haven't told anybody that they're wizards. It's a big secret. So they're just kind of off in the dunes and splashing in the water, trying to find time to practice their wizardry without Nita's parents getting all up in arms because they're a little afraid that Nita and Kit are a thing. And, they're about 12, I believe 12 or 13 in this book. So that's definitely cause for concern. However, if they realized what was really going on, they might wish that their daughter and her best friend were more of a thing than anything else, because what's really going on is that once they get there, they've been there for a few days and discover a beached well. And as Nita is trying to help heal this well because her specialty is living things, the well talks to them, and they find out that this well is, in fact, one of the head wizards over the area. And there's some bad stuff going down under the waves. And if things continue the way that they are going without the wizards being able to step in and stop it, then the waves are going to cause problems for the land as well, because there are earthquakes and a volcano rumbling under the water, starting to steam up and get ready to blow. And if all of that happens, then the shoreline will be no more. Tsunamis and earthquakes will shake New York right off the map. And it's just not going to be a good thing at all. So Nita and Kit decide that they're going to help, and they become on assignment instead of on vacation. And they wind up meeting several different kinds of whales, and the shark who is in charge of all the sharks, he's the Shark King. And he's known as the Lonely One, but he has this really long title, and Nita calls him Ed. And there is this weird friendship that kind of blooms between Nita, who can change into a humpback whale because as she was healing, it's a big long thing. You'll have to read the book. But anyway, she changes to a humpback whale. And then there is, I believe, Kit turns into a blue whale. And so Nita, the humpback whale, and then Ed, the Lonely One, king of all the sharks, kind of have this weird relationship that blooms. And it actually eventually is a huge plot twist in the story because of that friendship. Something else happens. And I'm not going to give you any spoilers for this book, although it's been out since like 88. So, actually, it may have been out sooner than that. I don't know. Either way, it's been out for a while, and you might or might not already know what happens. But I'm not going to spoil you for it. I am going to tell you that it was originally my favorite book out of the first three, because I do remember reading the third book as well. It was originally my favorite book. It is still my favorite book. The first book, after I thought about it for a while, I'm boosting it from a 3.5 to 4 to a solid 4 to 4.5 stars. Deep Wizardry, I believe I gave it 5 stars. I may have only given it 4 stars because there are still a couple of problematic areas. But all in all, I just finished reading the third book in the series as well, and this one is definitely my favorite. The rest of them are just slightly lower than this, but I think it has to do with it being in the ocean. I love the ocean. The third book in the Young Wizards series does not take place in the ocean. It does not even take place on Earth for the most part. It takes place out on some unknown planet for the most part, actually. Although the first planet they go to is Mars, so there you have it. This is High Wizardry, the third book in the Young Wizard series by Diane Duane, and this does not focus on Nita and Kit. It focuses on Darien. Darien snoops through Nita's books, basically, finds her wizarding manual, which will look like a little kid's library book to anyone who is not a wizard. But she has pushed enough that it starts making sense to her, and she sees it for what it is and takes the oath because she's a brat, and she promised herself when she was 3 years old that she would always know the answers to everything, and she would never let Nita kind of get ahead of her or have something that she didn't have, because she needed to have everything. And I know that's really not all the reasons why she did this. Wizardry is not offered to everybody in this world. This is something special that you have to have the ability for it and be selected and all of that. I get that she's needed to help things happen, and that's fine. That's fine. I just don't like her. She is a bratty little sister who decided when she was 3 years old and saw her big sister come home from kindergarten crying because she didn't know an answer to the teacher's question, that she was never going to not know an answer. And that has led to her kind of being a very smart alecky, very enclosed type of person who would rather read and geek out over comic books and Star Wars and literature than even spend time with her sister. She Part of her is trying to protect her big sister. When they took karate, she was great at it because she practiced really hard. Nita was kind of a klutz. So she started trying to kind of protect her big sister from the bullies that went after her, and everybody's scared of Darien, even though she's a smaller kid. She's mean and sassy and snarky and all of that jazz. And then she gets wizardry. And so this book is following her as she starts out. She's just trying to find Darth Vader, and she's a very self-involved little girl. And so she just leaves there at a museum in New York, and she decides that she just wants to, go to Mars, and leaves her sister and her sister's best friend, Kit, leaves them in the museum, makes this huge, turns a bathroom into Mars, basically, makes a portal in the bathroom so she can go to Mars. And when Nita goes to check on her, because it's been a while, she opens the door to the bathroom, and there, instead of a ladies' room, is Mars. Because Derry doesn't know what she's doing, and she hasn't bothered to read all of the info for it. She just has her computer make up this portal for her. And she does that until she starts getting chased by bug-eyed monsters, and she winds up on this planet far, far, far away, and has time to kind of sit and rest and starts looking through everything. And it's just, I don't like the character of Derry. It's a well-written character, and I think a lot of people will identify with her, but I much prefer Kit and Nita. I much prefer their partnership, the way their relationship is going, and the few parts that they are in this book just really made me happy. Um, and Derry, I liked the parts where she was, honestly. It's fine. It was a well-written story, and I don't think you're meant to really love Derry right away. I think she is definitely a protagonist who is kind of the anti-hero at the moment. And she'll grow up and she'll get out of it. She's like 11, 10, 11, somewhere in there. But she rankles me. She gets on my nerves a lot. And this is definitely my least favorite book for the series. So I've given it, I believe I gave it 4 stars. I may have only given it 3. It's somewhere around 3.5 to 4 for me. It's definitely lower than the other two. And that's where I'm going to finish this video. I will make another one featuring the next 3 books, or a couple of books anyway, when I read them. So I'll let you guys know when that happens. I hope that you've enjoyed this. If you've read these books previously, please let me know. If you haven't, please let me know if you're going to put them on your list now that I've talked to you a little bit about them. And I will let you go because this video is already pretty long. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.